Can you hear me? Dear participants, thank you very much for inviting me, and I am happy that you were able to hear the story of Slovenia from a person who participated in the very core of Slovenian politicians in the process of making of Slovenia. The ambassadors of today harvest the work of those who are responsible for the position of Slovenia today. But we are also we have to solve new problems. So let me tell you a few words from the perspective of the actual ambassador in Germany about the problems which we have to solve. Germany is most probably the most important partner of Slovenia if we make a crosscut over the bilateral relations. This relationship is, of course, asymmetrical, as always is asymmetrical the relationship between a big country and a small country. So what chances does Slovenia have to establish a good relationship and an equal relationship with a big country like Germany? Fortunately, there are situations, and there have been situations in the history of Slovenia where Slovenia was in this very core of the events in the world. Minister Rupel already mentioned the presiding of the OSCE organization. Another event that I would like to mention is the membership in the United Nations Security Council, where Slovenia again managed the affairs of the United Nations. Another event was the presidency to the EU's Council in 2008. And if I speak about today, the fact that Slovenia is in the Eurozone is an element where we really can build upon. In this field, Slovenia's importance for Germany exceeds our size in population or in economic size. And this gives us the possibility to achieve some goals or to achieve some interests where Germany can help Slovenia and where Germany can accomplish or give us where our interests lie. So there is a chance also for a small country to establish an equal footing relationship with a big country. The former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Slovenia raised a very important question whether it makes sense to have embassies in the member states. I believe that each country is a story of itself. Speaking about Germany, I would say it still makes sense because Germany is a very important partner. And there is still a lot of room to have direct contacts because European Union is not a federal state. And an embassy in Germany, I would like to limit myself to Germany, has more than sense. Not just about bilateral relationship in several fields which are still bilateral, for example, in the field of culture, but also concerning the different policies of the European Union. In this field, the direct exchange of positions, of proposals still makes sense. And today, we had very important consultations dealing with issues which will be dealt by the European Council tomorrow concerning the European economic governance, and especially concerning the overcoming of financial crisis. There is more than enough reasons for the member states to have embassies also in other member states. So this is a short contribution or accomplishment to what Minister Ruppel said, and I hope you enjoyed the presentations of Slovenian representatives and that you were able to learn something for your professional careers. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very, very much, Your Excellency. We very much appreciated that. And since he was actually very brief in his comments, we'd be very happy to take also questions or comments from the audience for His Excellency. And I'd ask you, as always, please, if you could stand and then briefly introduce yourself. That would be great. Are there any questions or comments from the audience, either the speakers or the participants? Yes. Okay, Dr. Buzek, please.
My name is Erhard Busek. I'm from Austria. Being a neighbor of Slovenia, and Dimitri and I, we know us for a very long time. I was in the Austrian government as independence of Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina was declared in 1991. Allow me to give a comment, I think, which is beside these facts Dimitri was reporting, has to be said. Slovenia is a success story that should be said in general. Because in this time, Slovenia started, the comments were it might be a failed state because it's too small and everything is breaking into pieces and so on. It had some reasons that Yugoslavia broke into pieces because it was a problem of unity and variety, or the differences and so on and so on. And I think maybe it is, in the current situation, a more stable situation, and Slovenia has contributed very much to this. Why? And I may say it as a neighbor, I think I'm always admiring the cultural power of Slovenia. We Austrians know this because we have been together some centuries, but if I'm passing by at the Technical University of Vienna, we have monuments for the outstanding engineers, researchers, and so on and so on. 50% of them are Slovenian. It is sometimes not known in my country, which is a mistake, and I can continue in this direction. So far, I think Slovenia is an excellent example of state building in our time, because this is the tremendous change. The map since 89, 91, 93, in our part of Europe has totally changed. I think if you are including Central Asia, we have in our neighborhood now, I think, around 25 new states. I think it's totally different. And I think what you can expect, I'm quite sure, that this map might not only in Europe but further on also change in more directions. I think with this fact we have to live, and having good examples, I think, in this direction is extremely important. So far, many thanks to you that you are showing Slovenia as a showcase. Here we can be very happy to have it. Just a comment for our Slovakian friend. We have the experience in Austria that not only Slovenia and Slovakia are sometimes mixed up. There's a part of Croatia with the name Slavonia, and then everything is difficult.
Let me just add one sentence of clarification. I commend the Slovenian ambassador for defending the embassy of Slovenia in Berlin. Now, when I said that we might reduce the number of embassies in the EU, I didn't mean Germany.
But it's, Minister, it's an interesting question. In the Foreign Ministry of Germany, there has been made a report by a diplomat with the name Paške. And this Paške report considered, his mandate was to find out whether the embassies in the EU member states have a sense. And it was interesting that he found out, Mr. Paške, that the amount of work in the embassies of Germany in the EU is increasing from year to year. So recently we faced the situation where some Scandinavian countries decided to close embassies in Slovenia, for example, Sweden. And we discussed with the German diplomats, do you share this opinion? And they clearly said, no. We don't believe that this is the right step. We believe that since European Union is not a federal state, there is a sense that we still have embassies in each other countries. And of course, these embassies have a different role. We do not deal only with common foreign and security policy. We deal more and more with the policies of the European Union. And this makes our job more demanding than in the past. For example, we have to know something about regional policy, about energy policy, about agricultural policy. So it's not just common foreign and security policy that we deal with, and classical bilateral relations, bilateral cooperation, which is still, let's say, culture or economic cooperation. But the fact that European Union is getting more and more integrated puts us in front of more and more demanding tasks, because we are supposed to know at least something about each of the policies which I mentioned.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the very thought-provoking lecture and the discussion that it also inspired. Thank you once again, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.